Prince Harry's tell-all reportedly not stopping King Charles from wanting him and Meghan Markle to attend his coronation this spring.
But the Sunday Mail claiming Prince William fears his brother will overshadow the event and use it as an opportunity for a stunt.
This as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle part ways with two top executives of their nonprofit, Archewell, less than 2 years after joining. And joining us now is host of Piers Morgan Uncensored on Fox Nation, Piers Morgan. Good morning to you, Piers.
Well, good morning from London.
Good morning. I think I know the answer to this, but do you want to see Harry and Meghan at the coronation?
I can't think of two people I'd rather be there in the bosom of our royal family, Ainsley, celebrating all the great things about the monarchy they've spent the last 2 years trashing. No, I don't want to see these two pieces of work anywhere near this country around the time of the coronation. And I'll tell you why. If you spend, as they have done, week after week, month after month, denigrating this institution of the monarchy, causing it real damage to the effect now that in all the polling, all the poll ratings for all the royals have now come down because of what these two have been doing. The idea they would have the brass neck, frankly, to come over here from their California mansion to pop up and watch Charles get declared our king and be crowned with his queen consort, who they've also trashed, I think is completely unthinkable.
Will they? Piers, there's the effort afoot to bring them back. I'm curious, will they accept the invitation?
Well, what apparently is going on is, look, you got to remember, this is Charles's son. So I don't think any of them care about Meghan Markle, but for Charles, it's very personal. He has 2 children, and one of them has gone rogue. So what does he do? Does he ostracize him? Does he send him away forever? Or does he try and show him an olive branch of reconciliation? The problem he's got, Charles, is his other son, Prince William, who's now, of course, the Prince of Wales. He is incandescent with rage about what Harry has been doing, not least the way he's attacked his wife, Kate, in his book, and he doesn't want him anywhere near this coronation. And he, of course, is the heir to the throne. So it may be not a decision that Charles can take on his own. From my point of view, I think Charles has to remember he's not just representing his family at this coronation. When he gets crowned, he's crowned the king of the British people and the king of the United Kingdom. That is the people. We pay for this coronation. And I think the vast majority of people I've spoken to in this country right now do not want them there, for the reasons that William doesn't want them there. He thinks they're going to turn up with tape recorders and cameras and just get a material for their new book and film.
Hey, Piers, what's coming up on Piers Morgan Uncensored? I know it'll feature you. That's enough for me. But is there any other reason?
Well, we're going to get stuck into this big time tonight, and also the situation with Prince Andrew, the other big problem in the royal works at the moment, who is trying to make a comeback and is threatening to sue. You may remember that he settled this big case in which he paid a woman who'd accused him of abusing her when she was underage. He settled that for millions and millions of dollars a few months ago. Now he's trying to contest it, apparently. So we're going to see what happens there. Will he get invited to the coronation? There's a lot of royal stuff tonight. But I might also ask Will Kane, since he's sitting next to you, you've gone very quiet on Twitter about football, our football, soccer. You're all picking it up when your team was doing well. Very, very quiet now, Mr. Kane. Now that my team, Arsenal, are top of the Premier League. And that's
why you're chirping. You're chirping because Arsenal's top of the Premier League. Hey, I'm here. I know that they're loaning out João Cancelo to Bayern Munich this morning. That's very, very concerning. But I will tell you there's a lot of season left to go. All right, Manchester City will be heard from.
There is, but you can rest assured, if we do win the league, I will be flying immediately to New York to be on that sofa with all of you in my Arsenal shirt. Deal. You can take that to the bank.
Right. Okay. And you know what? I had to bet. Let him use your plane to get over here, Will.
My plane?
Yeah, your plane.
Actually, that would be very kind. If one of you would lend me one of your jets, that would be very... I know, Brian, you've got a few stashed away, haven't you?
Right, yeah. I'm fixing the ball bearings. And as soon as I get the right ones in, I'm going to be sending it to you, Piers. I'll see you in New York soon, a couple of weeks, right?
I'm coming in 2 weeks. I can't wait to see you guys. We've got a lot of fun, I think. And we'll be doing my show, Piers Morgan Uncensored, from New York. And I never feel more uncensored than when I'm around people like you guys who are the epitome of not being censored. So I'm looking forward to that electric uncensorship.
Awesome.
Okay.
We'll see you soon, Piers.
There are no rules.
We can't wait. Thanks, Piers.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.